a variety of sizes and a consistently high level of quality throughout the lineup. Mazda's been named the best SUV brand by U.S. News and World Report. We invite you to experience the Mazda difference at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline, a member of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning, 7:04 here on a Monday, and I tell you what, starting out kind of mild in our part of the world.
Absolutely. So get used to that. Apparently, spring's on the way. Not so fast. Let's talk with meteorologist Jared Silverman, see if we can figure it out. State Capitol still lit up and it's green, looking good. So how are we doing today?
Yeah, the weather was like, oh, so spring tomorrow.
Yeah, you want that, do you?
Yeah,
No,
you would
not
like
so much.
that. Nah, we'll give you winter again.
Yep.
Why
So
not?
it's crazy.
Maybe winter's last gasp,
Maybe
perhaps.
you're right.
You know, though we're not going to freeze here in the city, and that's important because I know a lot of folks, maybe they've done some recent landscaping, planting. You definitely want to keep an eye on that. All right, we're at 60 degrees. We're holding on to some cloud cover, but only for right now. We should get a little bit more sunshine as the day wears on. Got to 77 yesterday, got about 1 inch of rain in the rain gauge, so that pumps us up to over 17.5 inches of rain. Very impressive in just about 2.5 months, really. And we're probably going to add to that tally a little bit later on in the upcoming forecast. By the way, because we're behind the cold front, might be a little bit breezy from time to time. Those were gusts, not sustained winds, so don't worry about a wind advisory or anything like that. But we do have a freeze watch. That's going to go into effect late tonight into early tomorrow morning. It excludes Baton Rouge. It's not for EBR or West Baton Rouge. It's really more, I would say, if you live right by the county line, or I should say the state line, and from there up to Macomb, Mississippi, you guys over there might actually get very close to that magic number of 32. Live, local, satellite radar, not that much going on and not that much expected for today. Now that we're behind that cold front, the dew points really bottom out over the next couple of days. And when those dew points get really low, that allows us to really cool things down at night. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First of all, high temperatures today, not so high, maybe around 65, 66. That's about it. So dress accordingly, plan accordingly. Definitely plan for tonight. So before you go to sleep tonight, especially if you live around Macomb, you guys will get around 32. Here in Baton Rouge, upper 30s, so you don't have to worry about the P's in Baton Rouge unless I would say maybe if you have maybe outdoor animals, you want to bring them in if you feel more comfortable doing that. But again, not expecting a freeze in the immediate Baton Rouge area. What about the next chance of rain? Days away. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday all look dry. Thursday afternoon, scattered showers and thunderstorms. That's the next chance of rain. It might bleed into Friday, but it shouldn't linger beyond that. So that bodes well for the upcoming weekend forecast. That looks like it's going to be A-OK. Wouldn't you know it, we have plans, but the weather has something else. Tomorrow, spring starts at 10:06 p.m. That's the vernal equinox, and we are going to begin the first day of spring with temperatures in the 30s. Wouldn't you know it? Rain, not that much expected over the next 7 days. Less than an inch, generally manageable. And we've had plenty of rain, so we can go a few days without it, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Becoming mostly sunny and breezy for today. Highs only in the mid-60s. Again, for the downtown area, the immediate city, I would say a low right around target of 38 by daybreak tomorrow, so you don't have to worry about the P's. You can wash the car, though, today and tomorrow. Wednesday, I made it yellow only because it's not going to rain on Wednesday, but it's going to rain the next day. So you might be one of those people who doesn't want to wash the car if you know it's going to rain a day later. Meantime, next weekend is in very good shape. Both days looking dry. And again, the next chance of rain will be Thursday. Time now, 7:07. Out your door. Johnny A., how are those roads?
Have a problem on I-12. It's on the westbound side, so inbound from Denham Springs. That's going to affect you when you get closer into Baton Rouge. This is I-12. Essen Lane's on ramp right there. That's the Essen Lane overpass. Back behind that, that's the overpass that goes over Drusilla and Jefferson. Left lane's temporarily blocked. We have a vehicle waiting on a wrecker, it appears, and your backup starts right around Airline Highway. But even before that, we've got some backups coming out of Denham Springs that represent normal morning drive backups. But again, there's your backup coming out of Denham Springs. It starts to really slow down at right past Airline Highway. That's an airline exit. Before you get to the Jefferson Drusilla exit, which is right there, that's where your backup starts, right before that. So be aware. It's not getting any worse as far as the backup from the wreck. We have slowed down coming out of Denham, though. A lot of that's morning drive rush hour, and quite a bit of that's going to be from Millerville to the 1012, and most of that is going to be from right past Airline to right past Essen, where that wreck is. Keep an eye on it for you. Meanwhile, there's what we're looking at. 7:08. We do this every single morning. We give you an update on some of the more important items you might have missed during 9 News this morning. We kind of do it in bullet form here on WAFB Plus. Give us right at 60 seconds, maybe a little less. Matt and Liz will be right back. Stay with us.
$7:10 your time now, rounding out your headlines with a new law that went into effect today. It centers around vape pens and what you're able to buy when you go to stores that sell vape pens.
Look, this is a law that was supposed to go into effect like back in January, right? And the judge put a little temporary kind of pause on it as a lawsuit moved through challenging it, but that's over. And so now that original law going into effect today, Monday, welcome to it. It's not everything that vape shops are able to sell, right? It's certain products, and that enforcement is going to begin renewed today. How does that impact? Do you know folks who vape? I think we all probably know some folks who vape. So how does this impact them? How does it impact the vape shops? Yeah, we're going to find out over the foreseeable future, but just know that ban going into effect today.
If you'd like to read more on that law, Elizabeth Bourgeois has more on that story for you. It's waiting on the 9 News app. Keeping an eye on a major court case here, but not in the local level. It's actually going to the Supreme Court. In fact, we're looking at a case here. This is Murphy versus Missouri. The Louisiana Attorney General joining Missouri's Attorney General. Kind of centering on this is they're actually being in D.C. to argue a case there to the Supreme Court. It actually determines if the White House violated free speech rights when it asked social media companies to take down content it deemed as misinformation during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, so one of a couple of the attorneys general here arguing the case. Those conversations, the arguments set to begin at 9 o'clock our time, 9 o'clock this morning our time. What happens beyond the opening arguments? How do the justices decide one way or another? It'll grab some attention. Clearly, anything in front of the Supreme Court will right now, but Louisiana with an argument in front of that Supreme Court right now. Back into South Louisiana, actually a murder investigation going on. Baton Rouge Police Department. Liz, a 20-year-old. Shot and killed yesterday afternoon.
Within the last 12 hours, Baton Rouge police identifying that victim, that 20-year-old Jarvion Johnson. We're told he was shot to death in his vehicle. They just found him right around 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Now, they believe he was actually shot in his car while he was parked in a driveway there off of Tams Drive. Now, this is something that the Baton Rouge Police Chief, T.J. Morris, actually says that he believes the victim may know his killer. So they're gathering information, kind of canvassing that neighborhood to see what video they can get, what information they can get that'll lead them to an arrest. Yeah,
they say the evidence at the scene kind of points them to that belief that maybe he knew. So make that phone call if you can help him out a little bit. Crime Stoppers at 344-STOP. Speaking of crime, keeping you safe if you ever happen to be in a situation you don't want to be in, specifically talking women. Baton Rouge Police Department doing this again. The big time class, their equalizer class. And you can be a part of this.
All kicks off tonight there at BRPD headquarters. It's the first of 4 classes that they want you to attend. And keep in mind, you have to attend all 4 of them to round out that full training. It's not going to be the same information every single class. You can register on site. It kicks off at 6 o'clock tonight. It's going to last you about 9 o'clock. Look, I know that's a big time block, but ladies, this is really important. It is free, and you never know what situation you may be in. But this is a successful class that is rounded out time and time again. So if you, your daughter, your mom, bring the women in your life and bring them to BRPD's headquarters tonight. Registration is on site.
I want to let you know about this as well. Speaking of crime, also though housing particularly and blight, a community conversation today with Metro Councilman Chawna Banks and BRPD.
They're having that there at J.K. Haynes Elementary School. It starts at 5 o'clock this evening. They'd like you to attend to be involved in a number of these conversations because remember, it is a community conversation on how to better it.
You're right. Hey, all right, let's talk brackets. Are your brackets all filled out, men's and women's basketball?
I still need to make my 6.
Come on, right now. Look, they just got set, so you got some time. Looking at LSU women right there. They are the 3 seed and arguably the toughest region, taking on the 14 seed Rice. Game 1 for them Friday. And then it's who you got? Louisville and Middle Tennessee State playing the first game on Friday. So
Kicking
that
things
is
off.
it's going to be fun on Friday.
Woo-wee. And then LSU men tomorrow, the
NIT.
national. They're
the
playing
NIT.
tomorrow there at the PMAC. A lot of basketball in store for us this week.
You still actually have softball, LSU softball
Sure do.
tonight, and they just lost for the first time yesterday, so it's going to be a lot of.
What you checking out? You got your schedule for the week ahead?
He's
making
advancing the
his
Tigers.
bracket.
Actually, you know what, Liz?
I like
I
that.
have high hopes for your alma mater, Illinois,
Come
in the men's bracket.
on.
I think you guys are going to go pretty far.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Jared. Always a
Looking
supporter
good.
of the Fighting Illini. I
Absolutely.
love that.
Big time.
Let's see. It'd be nice to see a return to the Final Four for them. It's been a
Right.
minute.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
You have the Tigers?
I have the Tigers.
All the way, he said. Come on.
Go Tiger!
If you're looking for the perfect companion for family fun and adventure, or wanting to find adventure beyond the ordinary, experience all that the Toyota Tundra has to offer. Save on your new Tundra right now at Team Toyota, I-12 and O'Neill.
Someone's always say, smile, you're on camera.
Gotcha.
All right.
We did that before these were even.
Sure did. Sure did.
And successfully, I might add.
Yes, we did. Okay, I've got to use the restroom. Son. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
WAFB 9 News starts now with first